Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ahmed Ergin. I'm an endocrinologist and a diabetes education specialist. Today, I am going to talk to you about the best weight loss medications. Now, a lot of you have struggled going through diets, this diet, that diet, keto diet, Mediterranean diet, but then eventually most diets fail. Why? Because, we are not created to follow a diet. We are created to follow a normal, natural eating pattern. And unfortunately, we do not eat natural anymore. And then we kind of, in a Western society, we just eat for social gatherings. We just eat out of boredom. Food is available everywhere. It just is hard to lose weight. And some of you will be like, amen to that. Some of you will be like, oh no, yeah, I have a great willpower. I can lose weight anytime. Well, then that video is not for you. So you can close and move into my other videos that talks about the diet. But if you are the one who are looking for a weight loss medication, I will tell my honest opinion right now. Coming up. Alright guys, so basically, I'm going to tell you about what I would love for myself for weight loss. If I want to lose weight, what would I use? What would Dr. Ergin use for himself or for his family for weight loss? And I have used it for myself and for my family as well. And this is totally off-label, although there's a labeled drug for that as well. But some of you will know this. Victoza, for example, Ozempic, Trulicity, Bydureon, Byetta. A lot of patients who use these diabetic drugs, these diabetic medications, have lost weight. Some of them lost so much weight in my clinic, they'll come and say, Doc, can we stop this medication because I don't want to lose weight anymore? And you don't really hear that statement from a lot of other weight loss drugs, to be honest with you. And I get these inquiries. They're like, well, my diabetes is totally in remission. My A1C is 5.3. I have lost 60 pounds and I look too skinny. Can I change this medication? And I'm like, that's a weird question because normally people always ask for more weight loss medications. But to be honest with you, these medications are great. So my favorite and actually the best results that I get with the weight loss drugs in that class, we call them GLP-1 class for diabetics. And also for non-diabetics. By the way, it works. The weight loss feature works for diabetics and non-diabetics. The problem with the non-diabetics is that the insurances typically do not cover those drugs as easy for weight loss than for diabetes. If they have diabetes, coverage is a lot easier. If you don't have diabetes, then it's a little bit harder, but there are ways around it, and I'll tell you in a minute. So, I talk about I didn't say about the Rybelsus, right? So Rybelsus is also another one that just came as a pill. So most of these agents were like injections, and the newest addition to the class is Rybelsus, which is same thing as Ozempic in the injection form, but it's in the pill form, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with for some people. But the bottom line is Ozempic, for example, is once a week injection. Trulicity is the same way. Victoza is a once a day injection. And these are basically gastrointestinal hormones that slows down your stomach. So your stomach slows down, your appetite in your brain directly goes down, and suddenly you feel full way faster than you would otherwise feel full. So that's one of the main features. But also, you don't really crave for foods anymore. You don't really crave for all the things that you have been craving all day long. And fasting is not a huge problem anymore on these drugs. Now, you're going to be like, well, these are diabetic drugs. Diabetics has to eat, otherwise their blood sugar goes down. Well, that's not true for this class of drugs. Basically, when you're on a GLP-1, unless you're on a sulfonylurea or insulin, GLP-1 by itself does not really drop your blood sugars. It can normalize your blood sugar. It can bring your blood sugar down to 80 and between 80 and 120 all the time. And the good thing is you can still eat the things that you like to eat, but you're not going to crave too much for them. Let's say, instead of just quitting on the bread and rice and pasta totally, now you're going to be able to be satisfied with a very little rice or very little pasta. A very little bread will still satisfy you, and you're not going to feel like you're totally deprived of all the goodness in your life. So that's why I use those medications very heavily. And believe it or not, there's a lot of this negative, things in the media sometimes, or actually in the commercials people see. But these are legalities. Like they talk about like this pancreatic cancer, medullary thyroid cancer. I have been doing this for 10 years. I've not seen a single patient who had pancreatic cancer from these drugs. And I know I probably prescribed tens of thousands of it. So it has been seen in rats,